enter the Chumbus. We have to be extra careful to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So this is the... do I have another one? Oh, so brutal. I had to craft this from scratch. Okay, I guess I'll go to the grand tournament. I'll dust both of these. Yeah. Like, this feels so archaic, right? All they have to do is, like, let them stack up nice and then I don't care anymore. Why did you do this to me? Boom. All right. What I got to do yesterday because of the Blade of Cthulhu nerf is I got to disenchant one of the versions and then recraft it in the correct one. So now my Blade of Cthulhu matches up. But now I just got to keep looking at this ugly thing until they nerf Lay on Hands, I guess. I hope they don't, because I like that card as it is. All right, is this the nuts now? What do you think? I don't play Twist. Can someone explain what's going on with those cards? Why the versions are different? Because they were reprinted in Caverns of Time. Is Sylvanas good craft for Twist? I don't think any deck needs it. Jade Swarmer. Isn't that cheating? I think that's cheating. Kind of surprised they didn't buff this garbage. Speaking of this garbage, should I take it? No, I'll take this, right? Is this skin new? It is new. It's as new as it is. It's one of the newest skins of all time, until they come out with more skins. Into the future. I feel like, you know, having a 1-mana N'Zoth could be very funny, and I want to take Switch. But do I need the tempo of the secrets? I don't know. Oh? Aw. I don't know what to say other than, like, this is trash, and then this is, like, really funny. But I want to play this before this, right? Like, so I feel like the swap didn't work out quite as well as I'd have liked. Like, imagine if I just gotten to play the Sledge Belcher here. How beautiful would it have been? For the light! You're lazy. What Boo is my favorite? It's changed with time. It's so funny. Like, the Boo that made me love Boo is Super Boo. I thought he was really funny. And like, for a while, I really liked Super Boo Gohan Absorbed the most. But then I liked Kid Boo the most, and I think these days I like Bat Boo the most. But as the progression of me liking Boos. All right, that was not a big difference. But I do have a lot of cards now. Ooh. A twisty Martian appears. Yep, I'm the twistiest Martian. That's true, actually. Wow. Well, I'll be a son of a Chumbus. I wonder how my dad feels about me calling him a Chumbus. None may steal our fungus. You like Piccolo Boo? He was very silly. Fleeting but silly. Okay. Ow. Rude. Only a little bit rude. Only a lot of bit rude.
Death does not scare me. Not in my house. Not in my house.
You like MartianBuu personally? Nice. Should you make more coffee? Oh, it's always more coffee for me. Hey, Marshy, I just went on a 10-3 with your even warrior list. It's so fun. Hey, nice. Oh, I'll miss you something. Shuffle this back in, please. Please do me the favor of shuffling this back in. If you shuffle this back in, I'm uninstalling. But do me a favor and shuffle that back in. All right. Goodbye, Hearthstone. Is it equality time? I don't think so.
Let the sands restore you.
All right. Who is more of a softie between you and Renee? Oh, Renee for sure. Final Marshy Hearthstone stream, big sad. I know. It's so sad that it's come to this, but it had to end sometime. Might as well be right now. Ow. Do you like to play with fire? All right, very good. We do have another keeper. I want like a keeper back so I can play this, right? Like playing this and keeper in the same turn is pretty good. I don't know if they're just gonna play that. I'll play that. It's great. I'm into it. Actually super into it. Nutty. Nutty. All right, I do this. Then I play a Sylvanas. And now I'm feeling pretty good about things. Now I am feeling pretty good about things. Oh, more of a Swiftie? Me. Do I plan to go see Taylor Swift? No, I'm not that much. Neither of us are that much of a Swiftie. Oh. Yes, whatever. Alright, so I've played Cairn, Sylvanas. I mean, oh, I don't have N'Zoth in my hand, or do I? I've played a Deathlord, I've played Sylvanas, I've played Cairn. Is that enough? I feel like I keeper that and then play some other stuff. How greedy am I supposed to be?
None may steal our secrets.
I still have Equality Consecrate, so like I can still deal with things.
Open your mind.
Ideally, I'd play Tyrion before I play N'Zoth, but Signature N'Zoth looks sick, doesn't he? Look how cute he is. That doesn't work like we think it does. Oh, wouldn't that be something? If I'd done it and then it like buffed it, that would have... Ooh, that would have been brutal. All right, on today's episode of Can We Get the Cthulhu? Marshy wonders if he can get the Cthulhu. He did, which means it is time for this, isn't it?
Not in my house.
Not in my house. Oh, I could go this if I want to keep. Let's see, I have 6 mana left over. I don't know. I just feel like using the more expensive card. Although that said, like this doesn't have a lot of use later. So maybe that was dumb of me. They all draw a card. This doesn't draw a card. Yeah, I think we'll take that. That's fine. Marshy wins? I think so. Tyrion off the top. I guess like I could play that and that'd be fine. Hey, Burn Bristle. How you doing? Most expensive Belcher of all time. That's true, actually. Yep. Yep. Did opponent close the app? Are they over it? Opponent uninstalled? I think so. So next month we're going to be able to go up to 40 cards for Twist, right? And every card over 30 adds 1 starting life. Exactly. Marshy win? We didn't even get a chance to play our N'Zoth. What's going on with that? Mr. Bungaboos. All right, Mr. Bungaboos, show me what you got. Hey, Marshy, how are you doing today? Question of the day for you is Queen Ashara a good card? Is it good consideration for arena deck? I love that card. It's a card I really like. I don't know how good it is, especially like considering wild. It shows up in standard pretty often. Like I think several rogue decks last year used it, or last expansion rather. It's like playable. I'm planning to use it in a Reno deck, spoilers. I'm gonna try to build a Reno Frost Death Knight so I can run the 3 queens. Deathlord, Coin, Acolyte. Well, there's nothing I can do about that, so I won't worry about it. Marshy, 2 questions. Favorite video game and favorite Pokemon? Favorite Pokemon is Bonsly. Favorite video game, Smash Brothers Melee, if I had to pick one, I guess. I wish the Colossal Minion wasn't the best option 9 times out of 10 in Standard. It is pretty good. It is pretty good. My opponent sure is petting my Deathlord. Okay. There we go. There we go. You mean to tell me that a Hearthstone streamer's favorite game isn't Hearthstone? Absurd. I know, right? Trying to think if there's a time where I ever would have said that, but I feel like, you know, Hearthstone is obviously a game I really like. It's up there. But like, I feel like I have to give it to Smash Brothers. I know I would have said StarCraft at one point, but I don't even know that that's true. I think, no, because like I played StarCraft before I played Smash Brothers Melee. I just like the amount of good times I've had with friends and stuff with Smash Brothers is just, it's too much to compete with.
None may steal our stuff.
But that's not something, you know, like, it's not something I can play by myself, you know? And it's not something that would be very good to watch, right? So, you know, me playing Smash Brothers, you know, I'm all right. I'm not that great though. I just find Ivory Rook's voice line so wholesome and funny. It makes me smile every time. Look, I'm a castle or something. Is that what it says? Fellow StarCraft enjoyer, Kerrigan, watch over you. Thank you. You know, I actually haven't finished StarCraft 2, which is kind of crazy to me. Bonsly is a gamer choice. What does it mean? What is a gamer choice? Look, I'm a castle. Ah, okay. I got hung up on, in StarCraft 2, I got hung up on the, do I kill that so that they can't play the bomb and get it back? It comes at a cost, but I guess I have 2 of these in hand, right? So maybe I can afford to.
Not in my house.
Consecrate or this. I have that. Hey Martian, I saw you tweeted something about Pokemon TCG the other day. Have you tried PTCG live? Yep, I play every day. What if you played Smash Brothers, but instead of being mid, you would be bad? Now that's content. Yeah. I mean, like, I could deliberately be bad, I guess. You're farming Conquest for variants. Well, there you go. Not in my house, but what about their house? You know, in their house, they can have some agency. Maybe we can get a weekend Smash Brothers stream with viewer lobbies. That might be fun. Can't stand live. I just go to 1 or 2 regionals every year and wing it. Yeah, I was excited for PTCGO. So, okay, the TLDR is Pokemon had an old client called Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. And there was a lot to really like about it. Like it was pretty smooth. It was fun. I really liked it. The problem with it is the trading system. So like you could trade cards. You can't trade cards in Hearthstone, right? You have to craft them. But you could in PTCGO. But that system devolved into basically crafting by way of trading packs for the good cards. So you would have to acquire packs of the most recent set. If you had packs of old sets, like imagine dust you got from old sets not being valuable enough to get new cards, right? The only thing that counted as dust with this trading system was the very newest packs. The very newest packs had a lot of value and every old pack didn't have very much. So you had to acquire a bunch of new packs to trade for whatever the good stuff was. So it ended up being like very tedious and like, and it wasn't like you would have like these nice trades with people unless you had people on your friends list. If you were using like the open trade system like I did, it was like, man, I don't want to do this. So what I was excited for with Live is Live was getting rid of that. Live was getting rid of the getting rid of the trading system and moving to a crafting system, and I was really excited for that. But Live looks worse. It has way more bugs. The actions take longer. I find myself even in like games that only take like 4 or 5 turns that like I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes, you know, like the games take way longer. Their wild format is called expanded. It's not even all ported. Like a month ago, they gave us an update. They were like, huge update for expanded. And all they did was like, it was like if Hearthstone had a new client and they only brought New Age. Like New Age was as far as Wild as they brought over initially. They're like, we'll get the rest of Wild eventually, but it's New Age for now. And they're like, huge Wild update. And all they did was add like Year of the Dragon on top of New Age. That's what happened with Pokemon is they added like, you know, 1 more year for expanded. I'm like, don't give me that update. I don't care about one more year. I want expanded. Give me all of it. So anyways,
None may steal our
it's got a lot of issues, and I don't think it was worth it. I'd much rather have the janky card acquisition system of PTCGO than all the negative aspects of live. I try to go to a local soon. Nice. I'm actually going to a regional soon. Didn't Hearthstone used to have it so that you needed 2 times the dust for wild, or am I misthinking? You're thinking of Magic the Gathering Arena. Well, poop.
Do you like to play with fire?
Oh, they have like Grommash and stuff, huh? I should be a little bit scared. I need to heal my face soon. When I opened Pokemon cards as a card, I threw out the stupid energy cards. Well, there you go. And new regionals are super expensive to register for and almost impossible to register for because they fill up so quickly, and a portion of the ones closed to me aren't in places. Yeah, they are much more expensive than they used to be. What regionals am I going to? Am I supposed to warn people? I feel like that's a weird thing to announce over the internet, you know? Like, I'm going to be at this place at this time, you know? Maybe I'll keep it vague on stream.
not in my house.
Not in my house.
Oh, goodness. They've bombed me, right?
Come with me into the future.
Am I gonna lose because I'm unlucky? Chat, I need some heals. I have 2 bombs in deck, and I have 1 healing card. I guess I have these 2 also. They're just not quite as good. Boombot strong, yeah. Time to show up to every regional on the West Coast. What if I'm flying out to one on the East Coast? What then? I've done that before. My buddy in Colorado, I went out to meet him for regionals once. Oh my goodness. Just let me through. Let me in. Is it the one that can't attack? No, that one can attack. Very good. Any bomb top deckers? Where are my bomb top deckers at? Oh my goodness. I would really like, you know, even Grime Street Informant would be pretty good, right? Like we could potentially get some armor or healing off of that. Oh goodness. Oh no. Man, we're almost out of you know, stuff. All right, Wicker Flame. Wicker Flame, you're my only hope. Is he indeed on fire? He is. Are you guys ready to top deck these bombs? Are you guys ready to heal for 8 and then take 20? Wait, can I not even heal out of range of the bombs? Let's see. Heal for 8, take 20. I can't. I have to kill them before I draw the rest of my deck. Oh, brutal, chat. Actually brutal. You think they'll do blocks and twists that basically catacombs certain cutoff? If so, what do you think is a good cutoff? Rise of Shadows, Galakrond's Awakening? From Catacombs? I think that they'll mostly stick to like years. I would guess. Okay. I might instantly die when I do this, but
Let the sands restore you.
neat. Okay, so I think no matter what, I'm just gonna play this next turn. And then after that, I'll try to discover a healing with Grime Street. I'm gonna recommend that you stop drawing. All right, I'm done drawing. I won't draw another card. We've seen both brawls, so if we get slightly lucky, We might be okay. All right. We just need to draw not the other bomb and not the other big bomb and only one of the regular bombs. 50% chance to draw no bombs. It's mostly looking okay, I think. Just don't draw any bombs and we win. All right, I'm on the case. True Silver Champion is lethal or no? Nope. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. All right. So that's not lethal yet. All right. Now I can draw more stuff. So I will. Eye for an eye could tie. It doesn't work with the bombs. What current standard Pokemon deck am I playing? Gardevoir EX. I'm not playing expanded until they add the whole thing. I don't want to play like standard plus. Yay! Marshy win! Feels good to not draw the bombs. I played Darkrai at NAIC to counter Guardian actually 2-0'd. Oh, nice. Turbo Darkrai is my favorite expanded deck. So I always come back to that. You know, I've been coming back to that since before, like, you know, the GX came out. You know, like that's just been like a favorite go-to deck of mine. I love Turbo Darkrai. Let's see, how easy is it to show you? Yeah, you can see my little Darkrai right there. I love Darkrai. So I love that deck, and I really wanted to be good in the standard. I've tried a few times. I can't like get a list together that I like. You played Turbo Darkrai back in the XY era, yeah, and you played a Volta EX deck that ran the Seismitoad. Yep, love that deck. Has 17k dust from all the refunds. Please tell me what I should waste it on. Reno Priest? I actually think Reno Priest is probably going to be pretty good until the Miracle Rogue. I also really liked Darkrai EX from Dark Explorers. Remember the Darkrai Mewtwo deck? It was good times. Okay, so I played in my local Pokemon League way back when, talking when Gen 2 was released. I remember when gym leader sets were made, Koga was giving me some wins. Were there any good starter decks in Pokemon TCG history? Okay, good starter decks? Like theme decks that you could just buy? It was like the Expedition series was the start of good starter decks. That was the first time that like starter decks had the required draw cards. They had like a consistent, it wasn't just like this a single big Pokemon and then like a 2-2 line of the stuff beneath it. Like it actually was like somewhat, you know, constructed by someone who knew the cadence of Pokemon. Those were, I remember like being really impressed with the Expedition series theme decks, and then like it went back to being whatever for a long time. Fast forward to now, I don't think they do theme decks anymore, but like right before they stopped, they're like legit. Like they were really good. You got like good supporters and stuff that you could use in other games, and like they were well constructed. Like the Sword and Shield ones that came out with the Sword and Shield base set, you could get 2 of those and have like really interesting games. So those are the ones I liked. That was an order law, wasn't it? Unlucky. What a doofus. Aw, man. Ah, that's brutal. Brutal Death Lords.
I have no time for games.
I have no time for games. I'll tell you who has time for games.
None may steal our seeds.
Please give them a 1/1. Ah, perfect. Man, these matches being decided by Deathlord RNG is a little gross, huh?
Take heart. The Earth Mother is near.
I don't remember what the Koga starter deck was like. I don't know that I ever had a gym series starter even. All right, I've decided to be MartianBuu. MartianBuu, we're just gonna win right now. You'll see. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought, actually. Okay. Cairn. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right, what's in here?
Me into the future.
Into the future. Ooh, charge. Perfect. Shh.
None may steal our seed. Not in my house.
We're gonna get there, chat. I can feel it. I can feel it. We're gonna smork them down. We're gonna get them. Did a lot with status effects. I remember Koga itself being good. Didn't it just like poison? It was like a trainer that just kind of poisoned the enemy. That's a like modern Pokemon is like a shade of its former glory. Status effects like don't even matter. Everything's over so quickly. It's still fun. It's just like it's not what it used to be by any means.
Need a drink?
Look at that. MartianBuu got there. MartianBuu got there. We thought we were gonna lose because we lost our Nazoth, but we pointed everything at the face and the opponent exploded. What can I say? Like, it's still fun. It's not like the game's bad. It's just like, I used to think it was like really in-depth and interesting, but now it's all about one-hit knockouts, and it's not. Like, what you draw in your opening hand super matters, and it didn't used to be that way. It used to be like, most decks took 2 or 3 turns to set up, so you had time to kind of like get yourself ready, and healing wasn't as easy, and knocking a Pokemon out in one hit was hard enough. It felt novel when your deck could one-hit KO. And so like damaging a Pokemon and then retreating them, like how you got that Pokemon back out or dealt damage on the bench, you know, like all that, there was so much more interesting stuff to it. And now it's kind of like, all right, gotta get my setup out as fast as possible, and if I'm not knocking out a Pokemon every turn, then I fall behind. It's it's not as good. I still think it's fun. Like I'm excited to go. Honestly, it's much more about spending time with my dad than it is about actually playing Pokemon, as far as like going to the regionals. But it's still pretty cool. Koga's Beedrill and Arbok were kind of nasty first time. I remember my dad had a Koga's Beedrill deck. What does Koga's Beedrill do? If heads, they're paralyzed and poisoned. Yeah, if tails, attack does nothing. Either way, you can't use this attack again as long as Koga's Beedrill stays in play, even if you put it back on the bench. Oh my goodness. Cards used to be so fair back then. Stage 2s are pretty hard to get out, and both of these are pretty modest. I remember my dad would play this and use this attack, but like 3 for 70 and you have to flip a coin, and either way, you don't get to use the attack again. Oh, ancient power scaling. You love coin flips? All right, so there's a lot of coin flipping in Pokemon. Like a lot of cards have those effects, but those effects are usually not good. They do pop up from time to time, but it's usually if a card requires a coin flip, you probably don't use it. And if it's an attack on a Pokemon, it's not in there to use that attack. So it's pretty rare that a coin flip card actually sees meta play. But I remember like Reynad played some Pokemon with his nephew, and he came back trashing Pokemon on his stream afterwards. He's like, as random as you think Hearthstone might be, like Pokemon is blah blah blah. Yeah, if you look at the cards that like your nephew might have, it's pretty random, but those cards don't see any play. And Pokemon is actually very consistent. Pokemon has like all the tutors and all the draw. You will get your setup unless you're like kind of unlucky, but like just at a glance, you know, I could see how he came to that conclusion. You know, you're pretty deep in it when there's a big fundamental keywords that don't see any use. The problem is every generation of Pokemon, they up the HP and the damage. Like things don't need to have 330 HP, but they do because like whatever. And the healing is so good that like every Pokemon that doesn't knock out doesn't see any play. It's like so easy to get rid of like if a Pokemon is damaged, it's so easy to just kind of like put it back in your hand or, you know, discard it or heal it. So yeah, it used to be everything was at like 120 HP, and then it was worth 2 prizes if it was worth 150, and those were the good old days. I remember when 150 was beefy. I know, right? When the really absurd Pokemon started coming out. Let's see, how big are the tag teams? Were they getting close to 300 HP? Yeah, they were getting close. Like, here's a Reshiram and Charizard. They have 270 HP. And when those were introduced, they were worth 3 prizes. I think they're the first 3 prize cards ever. So like half the game is over if one of those dies. And now things just like have that much and they're only worth 2. Wasn't even disconnected, unlucky. The queue time is Prushit? Yeah, all my opponents are gone. What's up with this? It's about the time I stopped playing, so I remember getting into a semantic debate with someone. Gardevoir X had an attack that did damage multiplied by every energy on Pokemon in play. I recall in the handbook, bench was in play, but he said it wasn't. All right, Gardevoir EX definitely, you're talking about, was that Sandstorm it came out, I think? You're talking about this one, right? 10 damage times the total amount of energy attached to all Pokemon in play. Yeah, like that was like the second best deck of its time. Definitely it definitely counted every energy in play. You were right. That was I played that deck a lot back then. Gardevoir is not a Pokemon that I like for its own sake. Like, I don't really care about Gardevoir as a Pokemon, but I love playing Gardevoir decks. Every time they come out with a Gardevoir deck, it's like super fun for me. So like I've come to look forward to it. That one was a good one. Then there was the Gardevoir from, it was a Diamond Pearl set. It was before Stormfront. I forget what it was, but it was the Telepass Gardevoir. That deck was really fun. That deck was called Gardelade because the Gallade was useful too. And then my favorite card probably ever was the Gardevoir EX Mega deck. What you could do is you could discard the Pokemon on your bench to do extra damage. So you would play all these Pokemon that had like enter the battle, like battle cries, basically battle cry abilities, get the benefit of their battle cries, and then discard them for the Gardevoir's damage. And then you would use another card to shuffle them back into your deck. So you just keep getting to benefit from a bunch of extra stuff with the Gardevoir. It is so cool. I would love to play that again right now. If only Expanded wasn't live. Like, I'm excited to play that right now. Yeah, so I loved that one. They eventually came out with like a basic Mewtwo that would let you use the attacks of EX in your discard pile. So you could do it without Mega Evolving. Mega Evolving was like a really clunky mechanic. So it takes a little bit of the fun out of it to just like have the Gardevoir in your discard pile and you just get to automatically use its attack, easy peasy. But I would still play that version, that's fun. So yeah, that Gardevoir EX I liked, and I like the current one a lot. They're all like setup decks. Oh, there was another Gardevoir too. There was the fairy one that did like damage for all the fairy energies in play. I liked that one. Like every time Gardevoir has a good deck, I love it. So it's not a Pokemon that I really like outside. Darkrai, I got a love for it because I really like its decks in the TCG, and now I just like it outside too. It's like one of my favorite Pokemon, period. But that doesn't really translate for me with Gardevoir. Like, I don't really like the look of it. I don't really care about it. But whenever there's like a good Gardevoir deck in the TCG, I'm always excited for it. It's my story about Gardevoir. This turn is awkward. Should I trade? I don't know. You knew it, that attack seemed nuts. It was the second best deck in the game. Well, it was actually the third best. 2004 Worlds was really funny because Blaziken EX in America was like the tier 1, there isn't another tier 1 deck. It's like, it's that good. It's above everything else. Blaziken EX was like the nuts deck. And Gardevoir was really good because it was also good on its own merits, but the Blaziken EX was weak to it. So you could, you did double damage against the most popular best deck in the format. So it was like Blaziken and Gardevoir were the two like really good popular decks in America. But then I guess the age of the internet wasn't up to snuff in 2004 because like America got blindsided at Worlds. There was the Magma Groudon deck was just busted and nobody knew about it over here. So I think Japan took all 3 divisions. They got I think it was like America got second and Japan got first and third in all 3 divisions. Something like that happened because the Magma Groudon deck was just nuts and nobody over here knew about it. Hey, that's too little. That's you need to pay more mana for that. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? I can't do everything I want to do. What if I play this? What then? Darkrai is one of your favorite Pokemon in general. Well done. Does the missus know Gardevoir is your favorite? It's not my favorite. It's one, like, just that those archetypes tend to be good. Okay, you guys think that I don't like rant like this to my wife? My wife has endured so many one-sided Pokemon conversations you don't even know. What does this button do? Hey, thank you so much for the 11 months, little ball of hate. I appreciate you. How are you? I got this, yeah. And then I'll take your Tyrion. And then everybody's happy. Everybody's happy about that, huh? I think so. That's the story of my wife and the JP majors that are going on in ULT recently. That went right over my head. She pretty much just roots for Zachary since he plays her main pit. Oh, is that Japan majors in Ultimate for Smash Brothers Ultimate? Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm up to speed. I figured it out. Bum 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 ba da ba. Bum 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 ba da ba. Well, that's going face. I guess this is going here. And I'll discover something. There's something I'm discovering. Ooh. Wait, isn't that delicious? Like if our Nazoth board sticks just get to steal with Sylvanas. It's too bad I didn't discover that first. Wailord stall for the win. I actually thought that strategy, like the first time Wailord EX came out and that deck existed, where it just gets to sit there and like, so the Wailord stall deck is like, it's like current quest mage is what it is. The one where it's like, it doesn't have a defined win con. It just like, it's a brutal bleed over the course of 10,000 years. When that first came out, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Thank goodness I didn't lose my Nazoth. That would have been sad. I didn't have the tropical beaches to play it, but like it was a cool deck. Like, conceptually, I thought it was really nuts that it was actually good. But then that type of deck kept being good for like years, and I kept having to run into it, and it got old. Yo, what's up, Copper? Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. How are you? Let your pain speak to me. I'm encountering a lot of paladins that are running acolytes and solemn vigil. I'm like drawing through my deck faster than them just by playing this. What's the wild meta gonna be like right now? I don't know. I was actually thinking the queue times are so long and I have enough for a video, I might just like play wild after this.
Open your mind. Put your faith in the light. My hand is too full.
My hand is too full.
None may steal.
None may steal our fungus.
I'm so rotted. I'm used to this being overlaid with the Reese's Puff song and the other. Oh, I don't know. How's the gym been going? It's all right. It's all right. I'm struggling a bit this week. I'm too self-conscious to let it fall off. I'm determined.
Reporting for duty.
I don't really see myself getting to go face this turn, which makes me sad. But on the bright side, you know, words. Have I been walking? Yeah. I reckon this song before. Oh, don't do it. Don't you play that card. Don't you do that. You stop that. Don't do that. All right, that's fine.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. I smork.
Come with me into the future.
Into the future.
I don't know what she says other than that. I guess we want Paladin secrets at this point, right? Sure. Let's be really annoying. What do we win? Penance, Avenge, Eye for an Eye. That's not bad.
Open your mind.
Don't do it. MartianBuu returns. Yep, MartianBuu. Back in action. Hope you're ready to take 2 damage to your face. Look at that. You didn't think you were going to take 2 damage, and yet there you are. And yet there you are with your 2 damage. Absolutely brutal for the Helena fans. Don't do it. You'll activate my trap card. Alright, Repentance is actually going to ruin you. You'll see.
I'm almost out of cards.
Oh no. Smorkshin Helena is here. Marshy in trouble? I guess I could just heal a bunch, huh?
Let the sands restore you. None may steal us.
None may steal our stuff.
I'm out of cards.
I'm out of cards.
So they have a Nazoth, right?
I taste the essence of your soul.
Renee said, Ow. Also, where's my Nazoth? Why do I have to, like, not get to play it? It's so sad. But, like, I can't just take this damage, right? That'd be brutal. How important is... I mean, it's not, right? Actually. This. Oh, Kodo Rider? We did get Kodo Rider.
Open your mind.
Maybe they'll kill it. Hey Marshy, this deck seems fun. It is fun. They get 2 damage, I get a Nazoth, everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Oh, hey, the Nazoth even comes back. Good.
Reporting for duty.
No, let me play my Nazoth. For shame. Oh no, it's too spooky. Bum, bada bum bum bum, bada bum bum, bada bum bum bum, bada bada bum 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 para pa para pa para pa para pa pa para pa para pa para pam para pam para pam para pa para pa para pa para pa para pa para pa